Hey, what's up, everybody? Daniel's son here. I wanted to talk to y'all about this. This is Le Bleu pour Homme by Issey Miyake. I just walked in the door. I just got home from work. I've been at work all day. Excuse me. Got to take a hit off my vape. I had a very busy day today. No energy drink right now. I think I've had my limit of caffeine today, so I'm doing the Dasani sparkling water thing. Yeah, I got this. I got this a couple of weeks ago, or week and a half ago, and it's not actually really discussed a lot. I've seen a couple of other reviewers did a review on this. But I wanted to actually do a review on this and give my opinion about this and sort of get the word out there in Fragcom about this. Let me give you a little basic information first. Let me show you the presentation. Actually, let me spray this on and let this settle down for a minute. And I'll tell you what the opening is. Then I'll tell you what the mid and the dry down is like. Very, very cool bottle. I actually like this bottle. Sort of really, really thin at the top. And it looks like that at the bottom. Actually really, really cool. This come out in 2004. But in 2005, it actually won an award. It was the winner of the 2005 Fragrance Foundation Best Packaging Men's Prestige Award. So it got first place in the 2005 Fragrance Foundation Award for Best Men's Packaging. So that was actually pretty cool. The nose or perfumer behind this is Jacques Cavalier. Let me give you the notes. Now this is off of Fragrantica, so I don't know if this is correct 100%, but I think I pretty much agree with the notes here from my experience with it. Top notes: rosemary, lime, mandarin, orange, orangewood. In the heart is cypress, ginger, juniper berries, pink pepper, lavender, sandalwood, amber, patchouli. Actually, in the base, sandalwood, patchouli, amber, atlas cedar, and oak moss. Now, let me tell you what the opening is. Strong rosemary and lime. Those are the two main notes that I get right off the top, is that rosemary and the lime. I do get some other citrus, and I can't tell you exactly if it's the orange or mandarin or not. The main things I get is the rosemary and the lime. And to me, that is a beautiful combination because as most of y'all know, I don't care for lemon or grapefruit as far as a citrus note, but lime and orange are by far my favorite citrus notes. And this has a really strong lime citrus note to it. And the rosemary is very realistic to me. I actually was a cook for probably about 20 years, and I've worked with a lot of herbs, rosemary, basil, sage, a lot, different kinds of herbs, and I'm very, very familiar with the smell of rosemary. And this rosemary in here is very, very realistic. Almost smells like a rosemary extract, almost. But beautiful, beautiful opening. I love the opening on this. Now, the other citrus, which I can't tell you that I smell orange or anything. I can just smell other citruses in here. but they're not really a dominant note. They're sort of in the background. I can sort of tell there's other citruses in the background going, you know, floating around somewhere. But the dominant note is lime and rosemary, and it stays this way for about, I don't know, between 30 and 40 minutes. And then that rosemary and the lime and the citrus start to fade just a little bit. And when it gets to the mid, there's actually not a lot going on in the mid to me. I can pick up a little bit of that rosemary and a little bit of the lime, but it's just the middle is sort of plain for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then I do get a little bit of spiciness coming in the middle. It's probably that pink pepper and maybe the ginger, but that's about all the mid that I get. It's sort of like a little bit boring in the mid, but it stays that way for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then when it starts getting closer to the dry down, and when it gets into the dry down, then it gets more beautiful again. It's actually completely opposite from the opening with that citrus and the rosemary. You start getting those woods that come in, and it's sort of like a combination of different woods. I detect that cedar or some kind of a sharper wood, but there's also amber and sandalwood that sort of keeps that, the sharp wood, it sort of keeps that sort of, it keeps it from getting too much. It sort of smooths it out and rounds it out a little bit. So you have actually a combination of different woods in there to sort of balance each other out, if that makes any sense. I do get a little bit of earthiness in there, and I think it's from that patchouli, but the dry down is actually very, very pleasant too. It's sort of an earthy, woody, smooth and sharp dry down, and I actually like that. I like the combination of different woods in there. It makes it really interesting. But I actually really like this. I think if I had to pick between what I like best about this fragrance, it would probably be the opening, because that, man, that rosemary and that lime and the citrus in the opening is just really beautiful to me. The mid, the mid I don't really care for that much. There's not a lot going on in the mid, but the dry down is beautiful too, with all those different combinations of wood and that patchouli in there to give it a little bit of earthiness. But I really like this. This is the second Miyake that I have, but so far, man, I like this house a lot. I'm actually planning on getting another one. I think they have a sport flanker that I'm sort of interested in. A lot of people seem like they don't like sport flankers that much, but I actually do. I've been getting more and more sport flankers lately from different houses, and I actually think that some of the sport flankers are actually the better of the flankers of, you know, different houses. So I'm actually thinking about getting one of the sports flankers from this house. But yeah, I actually like this. I give a thumbs up on this. If I had to change anything about this, I just wish that opening would continue on for the life of the fragrance. I think that the opening with the citrus and the lime and the rosemary would be absolutely beautiful if it stayed all the way to the dry down with all those other combinations of those woods. Man, that would be awesome. But it does develop very, very well. It's the opening and the dry down are completely different, but they're both beautiful in their own way. But yeah, I do actually recommend this a lot. I actually like this fragrance. I think it's very unique because I personally do not have any fragrances with rosemary in it, and I love that note. That actually, since I've been wearing this, I think I have like my favorite notes, like my top 5, and this is starting to get up there with that rosemary. I'm starting to love rosemary, man, now. But yeah, I think it's unique with that rosemary in there. But I do recommend it, and the price on this is very good too. This is a 75 mil, which is a 2.5 fluid ounce, and it's $19 on FragranceNet. I'll put the link in the description on where you can get this if you're interested. But the performance also, I forgot to say the performance actually is really decent too. It's not like a beast mode or anything, but I think this works better in warmer weather and when you're outside, because I've worn it inside a couple of times with air conditioning, and it's okay, but I think it actually performs better outside when it's warmer. It's like 75 degrees here today in Charleston, and it did a lot better outside in the sunshine and in the warm. I was getting like right around 6.5 hours, so I think that's pretty much an average of what I'm getting is about 6 hours is what I'm getting. But yeah, I do recommend it, and I'll put the link in the description if you're interested on getting this. But anyway, that's it, and I hope you got something from this, and I will be back in a couple of days to do another review, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, love you guys. Bye.